Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are once again in Minecraft on the Citadel server in the heart of Westhill trying to figure out what we're going to do next on the to-do list. I realized I didn't even check off the thing I meant to check off yesterday, which was finishing the North Ridge. So that video is up on Joel Duggan VODs on the YouTube channel, and so is the rest of all the VODs. Actually, this entirety of this project has been posted on YouTube. So if you haven't already and you want to go check out the origins of this build, then you can go all the way back to 4.5 years ago and check out the very first VOD of building, I think it was the potato farm in the Westhill Valley, and that's where it all started. And I need to tally up the number of VODs and the number of hours that I think this project has taken. It's not going to be incredibly accurate because some of the early VODs, or a lot of the early VODs, still have like my little 5-minute breaks in them. So there's going to be 20 or 30 minutes sometimes inside of a VOD that's obviously not accounted for as far as time on the server. So it'll be a little bit of a push with a grain of salt. Maybe I can calculate the average break time and try to subtract that and see what it works out to. Either way, it'll be a fun thing to report on the Spawn Chunks podcast, which is the podcast I do all about Minecraft. I'm sure you've heard of it. And we are going to be talking about the Copper Golem coming up on Monday, so that's going to be fun. And talking about finishing up Westhill and moving on is definitely going to be in the cards in the next little while, because we really don't have that many more things left to do. I might map out the bee farm today. I might just keep on going with some of the landscaping and work on some of the river sides and stuff like that. But I've done a lot of landscaping lately, so we'll have to see what's up. Pyro TG, hello. Dan Grice, good to see you. Retro, good to see you back. SweetSandi, of course, is hanging out and moderating in the chat. Mosaic Dream, good to see you as well. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. It is Friday after all. The end of the week. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a long week. Like I have no one event. There's no one thing that I've found to be overly stressful. But the week itself, I've just had like a stressful vibe, which is a weird thing to say as someone that like streams Minecraft for a job. But behind the scenes, trying to sort out a bunch of technical stuff, and it's just been a pain. Pyro says work has been killer this week. I've got a lot of friends that have been chiming in to say that work has just been bananas over the last week or two. I wonder if short weeks have a thing to do with it, because of course we had a holiday here in Canada on the 1st, and today is a holiday in the States, so happy 4th of July to my friends in the US. Hope you're able to get a long weekend. Enjoy some of the summer weather if you're having it. Hopefully it's not too hot where you are. It's really nice where I am now. It's a lot more temperate than it has been, which is fun. But anyway, let's just walk and talk. I'm also losing my voice today for some unknown reason. So on the list, we need to figure out what to do with all of the sand. I've got shulker boxes upon shulker boxes full of sand. I can put some of it, I think, in one of these. That's a sandstone. I've got room in both of these to sort out a little bit. I think I need to do like a little bit of sorting on every stream. That's sandstone. That's sand, and that's all sandstone. I'm trying to remember. Do you smelt smooth sandstone? Is that how that works? I think you smelt sandstone and make it smooth sandstone, right? You're off today. Good to know, Retro. That's awesome. I've got room for sand there. I guess I could just move these into something temporary. If I have, there we go. Sandbox 1, sandbox. That's the sandstone box. I can at least put some sand in this one. Sand 2, sand 3. And that just stays in my shulker box, or in my ender chest. So we still have another chest. Yeah, there's a lot. Probably 6 shulker boxes worth of sand. I should probably try to move that to the modern city, but I don't have the shulker boxes to move it. Retro, you're looking forward to fireworks tonight. Nice. We've got grass all over the place. Dirt as well. Thankfully, I think grass is just obnoxious, but dirt I don't think we're too bad on. Yeah, it's only 2 boxes of dirt. I should just chop this out of the way. I guess. Yeah, I'm not really using this anymore. That's right, I can just leave the hopper there. Or I could point the hopper straight down into the other chest. Maybe we'll do that. Just need a temporary block. I guess I haven't held warped wood or crimson wood since I updated. Well, that's the filter. Crap, that was the wrong thing. So I can actually remove this, no problem. Except for now I can't reach it. Go. I don't know if that screwed anything up. That's full. That has to stay the way it is. Okay. Old player raiding with a party of 14. Welcome in. Thanks very much. Always nice to welcome in some new folks. Hope you're having a good day so far. That wasn't warped wood at all. That was mangrove wood. We're just doing a little bit of organizing before we get going here. Plus, apparently I have to sleep. What were we up to on stream today, old player? Minecraft, it sounds like. Let me just get up somewhere as high where we can show off what's going on here. That was not a graceful landing. It was supposed to be. It was not a graceful landing. Welcome in, folks. If you're new to the channel, my name is Joel, and this is the Citadel server, and this is Westhill on the Citadel server. It's my medieval area build, and it's been going for a little over 4 years, 4.5 years actually. And so this is the town of Westhill and the Westhill Valley, and we've been working on this for the last I would say we've had some breaks, but it's been pretty consistent for the last 4.5 years. And I'm really close to finishing it up. We've been doing a lot of work in the valley, roads and paths and things. The last thing out here to do is the eastern part of this river. So all like the eastern shoreline of that river. And then this farm right here needs a building. And that's it on the outside. And then inside, we've just got the basement of that keep where I just was for some storage. Old player, thanks very much. And yes, if you got a raid and run, I appreciate it. Thanks very much for bringing over your people. Old player was playing on a multiplayer server. Did a couple of giveaways with some in-game goodies and money. Oh, very cool. That's awesome. Folks on my channel, if you want to go check out Old Player, it's OLDPLYR on Twitch. You know, see what they were up to. There's a shout out in chat, and if you're watching this later on Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube, then check them out. OLDPLYR on Twitch. Thanks again, and have a good one. Have a good Friday. And if you're part of the US, or if anybody that's coming in with the raid is part of the US, happy 4th of July. Enjoy your lunch. So I don't have the book on me. I think the book is over here. Book. So yesterday we finished the North Road and the North Path to the Ridge. That's done. So we've got the Spruce West Riverbanks. I think I said East Riverbanks. It's the West Riverbanks on the Spruce River. Then there's the apiary or the bee farm, the farmhouse, beehives, and the field property. That's what I'm standing on right now. And then the last is the keep basement. That's it. That is, it's kind of eerie how close we are to being finished. I'm sure I will find something else to also add to the list at some point. But at this stage, I feel like I want to do some building, not some landscaping. I feel like some building today. So we'll probably start the bee farm. I'm trying to think of a cool way to do the roof, and there's another building way over there. I've got some bee nests in the roof of the building, and I really quite like the way that worked out. And I'm thinking it would be cool to do that here, but I really have to map out what this farm is going to be like. I know I don't want to block the view of the abandoned farm because I like this aesthetic. It's going to block the waterfall no matter which way you cut it. It won't from the other road though. Need to add a few things that can't be done already. Man, look, I'm excited to move on. I'm excited to, I don't want to say have like a reset, but I'm certainly looking forward to like treating the new sci-fi area almost like a new Minecraft world. Like, I'm not going to go down to like, you know, iron tools or anything. But I think it's going to be fun to treat it like a place to build my own farms, make a sugarcane farm, have a bunch of things local so I don't have to travel all over the place. So that waterfall is going to be there. I like this idea. I think it might be good to... I think I was going to put like a back porch or something on here, like a little back garden. This is a cool view for a back garden, right? I think that's important. So where is the front door? I guess the door could be here. Most of these houses have got stone foundations. So as far as the block palette goes, I feel like we could probably have some tough. And maybe go into some stripped spruce. think I need to go bring out some bees' nests and stuff. Honeycomb could be another thing we put in the roof. I just don't know if it's going to look too bright and colorful for like a peasant's farm. Because none of the farms are meant to be like super wealthy farmsteads. It's all meant to be just like, you know, basic farming. That kind of stuff. So I don't think I have anything here. I doubt bamboo will be what I want. Bring the birch back out in case I need it. Jungle may also be a consideration. Not going to be anything in there. I was thinking about this when I go to clear cut a Mushroom Island, that it's going to be interesting to have all that mushroom block. No bees. That's got bees. I don't think I have anything. We might have to start making, I think it's azalea trees that you get potentially some bee nests from. I thought I had more than just one. I don't have any hives in there either. There's some honeycomb. Anybody wish that you could have potato blocks? I feel like that could be a fun addition. Making blocks of like carrots and potatoes, and potatoes would be a really interesting kind of browny beige. Or I guess the inside of a potato, like some sort of off-white. So, 90 blocks probably not going to take it. That's not bad. It's not bad. These I find look too much like what they are as a utility. We could maybe use them. The problem if we do that is that we'll end up with bees from the bee farm nesting in the house, and I don't want that to happen. And I'd be curious as to whether that would happen with the bees' nests too. But the idea here is that we're going to have a bunch of these hives set up like this. And I'm going to have a bunch of flowers, I think, in between. I'm not sure what flower we're going to use. I wonder if we could go with like a 3 tall and then have like 2 tall flowers amongst them. I'm not really sure what we would want to do. It might be fun to have little dandelions everywhere. Mikatu, hello, welcome in. Good to see you. I wonder if there's anything on like Pinterest that I could grab. Let me just log in here real quick. see if I've got that handy. So my camera's a little bit in the way, but I have plans and blueprint patterns, Western Town, Evil Fantasy, Fields and Farms. So these are just like inspirational ideas. I like the idea of doing something like that. That's a little bit big, but I like the fence gate thing on the roof. If I could do that with the right colors, that would work. Oh, that's got custom textures. Let me just see where I am in the world here. Oh, it's nighttime. Glad I checked. Bridges, towns, buildings, castles, houses. Let's go with houses. That's a fun one. I've done that one before. I shouldn't say I've done that one. I've used that for inspiration before, which is what all of this stuff is. Nothing in particular screams bee farm. I kind of like that original one. That's going to be too big. I like the roof shape though. That looks like a custom block palette. It's cute. It's a fun texture. I do wish sometimes Minecraft was a little bit more of a modern texture. Yeah, let's just look at the one that was in the farms as a basic inspiration. So I don't know if I can scale that down. We'll give it a go. That's a good starting point, I think. Normally it's more efficient to just do this as you go, but my axe is so fast right now that it's not a big deal. Yeah, we're gonna work on the bee farm, Mekatu. Also, there should be more of these in here. And if I do that, I guess it's gonna be kind of pale for the roof. Maybe we'll just go with this for the roof for now. And I do like the tuff. I guess I should bring door. Let's go with an oak door. And I guess we'll go with some windows. Fence gates. Need some slabs. This is probably going to end up changing. What usually happens is I end up building something and then getting the form down and then changing all kinds of stuff about it. As much as I enjoy Optifine, I wish it was updated a bit more. Pyro, that's why we switched to That's why we switched to Sodium on the server, because Sodium updates almost the same day as Minecraft does, because they get into the snapshots and they mess around. Let's go with door. We could even put in some polished stuff here too. Not too bad. Maybe this ends up being less. Now, what was I planning on doing there? Probably this. Sometimes little corners like this give you just a little bit more room inside on small builds like this. And I was thinking that this could be a cool back porch thing. Same thing probably here. So that definitely changes the vibe. So what's the biggest part of this? I guess they're both the same size. They're just kind of offset. So if I wanted to do this thing with the fences, or the fence gates. What does that look like? Because then we'd want to do probably a stair, but we can't. So it would be slab? No, probably a full block. That's a top slab. Might be a block and a half. This might end up looking too big. Although I guess we could always do a flat roof at this point, right? Not quite the vibe I was going for. I like the details. think we might have to come up with a different way of doing that, though. That's a little bit better. That's definitely beefier. I don't know if I like that or not. My reference look like. Can't zoom in. It's annoying. So it's definitely just a 45-degree angle. It's not a barn shape. I think the only thing I really got from that was just the way that the underside was designed. Kind of a nice way to mark out the size of the house with path blocks. Thanks. Yeah, I try to, it's my old kind of artist habits. Like, you don't draw your final line the first go, right? You start with a sketch, you iterate, you build up in layers. And I find that with Minecraft, you save yourself so much time by just doing things in blocks that are easy to tear down. So I feel like this is just too high. You have to start it down here. That's a little bit less fat, but I kind of want to use slabs instead, or a full block. Oh, right. Woof. That is ugly. Okay, not that. That could maybe work if we had a pattern up there. If not, we could always just get rid of this and go in with like a trapdoor, which you can't see, but it'll add a little bit of detail. No, that feels too flat. right, let's go back to stairs. And I will put in this ridge. Whoops. The only thing that's annoying is that you can't put scaffolding on path. I mean, I get why, but it's one more step you have to do. SweetSandi, thank you for being awesome. What is it about bots putting 69 in their username? Like, you might as well put a target on your chest. Like, it's so consistent. Watching my mods ban a user with 69 in their name, it's like, saw that coming. It happened so fast. Otherwise, I'd say like, hey, what's the over-under on this new person getting banned? See, get everybody to chime in with channel points or something on stream. So as much as I like this detail, we might lose some of it with the other gable. So I might have to put the gable going this way, which is going to change the way that this house is laid out. Potentially. I think overall this is okay. It has a unique shape to it. I don't know about it reminds me of the antennae on a bee, right? That's what I can't unsee it. So that's the issue. But then, like, do I want another gable going this way, or do I want it going this way? That's kind of wide. We might not want to do that. This would end up looking like this. I don't know how that works. That would be 3. Well, I guess that could work. And then this would be 1 there. That might look okay. MindTripMedia, 200 bits, extra bits for the 4th of July. Thanks very much, MindTrip. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. All right, and we take this down the edge like before. That is at that height there. That's going to look kind of weird there. Not my first roof, if you haven't guessed. Man, that's big. I might have to dial that back. Oh. Well, it doesn't look huge there. Lurking and grilling MindTrip. I approve. I approve. What's on the grill? I mean, that's a cool look, I have to say. We're keeping that, if at all possible. I do feel like this is a pretty, it's feeling very big. You know, you compare this house. That's like double the size. I guess it's not the same. Like, this is still huge over here too. And this is, that's considerable. I think it's the roof that makes it look so big. Maybe I need to have one part feel more barn-like and the other part feel more house-like. Like maybe we make this one more house-like. Or vice versa. I feel like this would maybe have a door. Ooh, that's even bigger. Brats, burgers, and hot dogs. Corn on the cob, assorted other vegetables. Nice. Yeah, that's a cooler looking shape. I think that looks more recognizable. It is going to block out a lot of what's behind it, but that's fine. That's why I think it might be better to have this other one be lower. This may even be a different color. What happened there? That sort of helps, I think, with the size and the scale. And this would just fill in up here, I guess. Probably be good to have a window or something up in there. I think that has to come back down. It's just not very dynamic. Gross. Some photos are going in the Discord of the grilling. Nice. I approve. Make everyone hungry. Right, I'm going to change the shape over here. I hope this is where I want it, because I'm actually starting to get a little carried away with the building. I think that'll feel lighter if we have a big window up there, maybe. Yeah, that has to be lower. Oh, I never thought about putting these the other way. Ooh, I might like that better. That works a little bit better for that side too. We could also add them in here if we really wanted to. Not quite. Very dangerous out here. I should maybe put some torches around. Stream time is at an hour. Thanks, Sandy. Seeing as we just slept and probably secured the area for a little bit, I'm going to take that break right away. Folks, if you're new to the chat, if you came in with that old player raid, I back up about once an hour and take myself a break, reheat the coffee, grab a snack. You can tell a friend about the stream. We're always trying to grow the channel, and I will be right back. All right, let's see what we can come up with. Fresh eyes. Not bad. I think it's challenging when you're filling in areas of a build that have previously been empty. So obviously we're not going to hide the waterfall from this angle. That's good. Thanks, Sandy. Thanks, Dan. I think the house is okay where it is. Like, I don't think I need to move it. One thing I need to do at this point, which is something I recommend when I'm, doing these kind of things, is I need to start going inside the house and starting to plan out what's happening inside the house. Because we may have to move walls, etc. I mean, you're going to look right at it coming in the drive. That's fine. It conflicts a little bit with the trees, but it's also, the sun is on that side right now. It's so cool to have all these road textured and done now. The area starts to feel really complete. I'm not going to really be able to see it from this angle. It only just shows up. So it's really not that big at all. I guess it just feels big compared to what was there. This bee I don't know where he's going. Yeah, I feel like this side needs to be shorter. We might have to sacrifice something here. Rather than... How could I get that shorter? This could be... down here. This is normally how you would do a roof. And these could be here like this. Like we could still have this kind of a roof. Giving us more texture options. Nice. So that window might not be a thing. I have made that much worse. Much worse. Why is this so difficult? It shouldn't be. It feels really chunky. Bizarre. All right, let's get in here. Start messing around on the inside. Okay, floor designs. Oof, probably wood. Let's go with jungle planks maybe for now. Just for a little bit of a flavor shift. And what are we going to need? We're going to need things like a furnace. We're going to need things like a bed, some tables. I'm just thinking like the basic stuff. I guess I could just use the tables right from here, couldn't I? First up, the floor. This is one of the more satisfying things I think about building houses. Because when you're first roughing them in, you can make such sweeping changes because you're not really fussing around with texture and details. Like you're just getting the broad strokes in. So I find you can very quickly get things going. So probably window there. I need more spruce. Blast Jordan, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good day. And try some polished stuff too. Spruce, we want more of this. I might have to get some more spruce on the go. So I want this to be nice and bright. The light colored roof is going to help with that for sure. So I feel like that's pretty good. I don't know whether this needs to be, this could be up a level. We might have to bump this whole thing. That could be annoying. It might be cool to have this kind of go up a bit. Or we could have this go up in here. Probably. Imagine this would be probably like a kitchen area. Although I guess this is a much bigger space, isn't it? Maybe this gets cut off. Maybe that's a bedroom. Small, but doable. It's more interesting. And then along here, we could have something like cupboards, countertop, sort of wash basin. Guess that really doesn't leave a lot of room, does it? No, you can't put 2 chairs in at the same time. Huh. Didn't know that. I don't know if that's going to be a door. It's a much nicer view. What do we think? On the ground like this, up a half block or up a full block? I feel like we have to go up a full block. Do I want this whole thing to be a block higher? I mean, it would solve the problem of it being kind of in line with the trees. I want to say that's up on a foundation too, if I remember correctly. JPrice says yes. Yeah, this is up on a stair. Got a much smaller roof though. This feels very close. And that path doesn't make sense if we don't have a door there. Oh yeah, Sandy, I asked what the chat thought. So this path would make sense, going around the side here. And if we're going to be this close, then being up higher would make sense too. I wonder if this is a little bit too close to the edge. If it was a block to the left, it really wouldn't affect much. Our old orchard bee, hard at work, getting lost. It's a apiary. It's a bee farm. So these are placeholders, but these are going to be beehives, similar to over there, but a lot more. So this whole area is going to be filled up with them, I think. I don't know whether we're going to have like flowers amongst them or flowers over here or whatever, but it should be cool. Yeah. I'm just at that stage where, like, before I start putting in all kinds of details, I want to make sure I've got it in the right position. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I like that. That means that all of this is going to change. The only other question I have is, should we be back farther from this edge here? I might want to put enough room for a path around here. So if I was to do that, this is why we rough things out. Yeah, we might have to move this over. Oh, actually, that just goes up by 1. Do a quick mock-up and see what that looks like. So from there, this would have, I think, slab on it. Stair on it. Whoops. Yeah, this is going to be much larger than I thought. So then this comes over like this. That starts to feel too tall for me. So maybe we raise the floor, but we bring the roof closer to the ground. Yeah, it's going to be tricky to raise this. I might not be able to. Dan Grice, welcome back. Mikatu, it's slow and steady, I guess. A lot of A/B testing going back and forth. Yeah, that to me just seems too large. We could, inside, maybe somehow get up to a stair so that when you go outside, you actually go up. Like that, maybe? This seems a little bit strange, but not impossible. I do think it has to move over to the left, so like that's happening either way. All right, I gotta remember how I did this. I find when I get in the zone on builds like this, I'm constantly running hungry, and I wonder why I'm moving around so slow. It's because I've just forgotten to eat. All right, well, moving it over was a good call. So that at least is working out for us. The whole idea here was to be able to have those there. And then I think we had that like that. Feels about right. Maybe I don't move everything. Maybe I just move this back part and that is enough. I'm not sure about this whole thing. This feels very strange. Yeah, that just feels odd. Is that the same design I had before? I feel like it is. Yeah, I think even though a higher back porch would be a good idea, it feels a little bit too forced. Yeah, these places are supposed to be tiny. I think this will work out better. Storage, put the cauldron back. Table. Yeah, I think that'll work out okay. getting tight, but I feel like that's fine. So that is where it would run into the other roof, probably. I don't mind the door in the corner. But then this is the wrong shape. Oh, that would be higher. If I wanted to keep with the same kind of vibe, I guess. Not vibe, but you know what I mean. Same decorative motif all the way around. And then I guess along here, we just do, nope. That, and then somehow go up the middle. Not sure if this is going to be the right shape. It also might be too tall again. Maybe I should just give up and do two of the same shape. It's going to feel like a big waste of space. It's a giant ceiling. I feel like I should try to have like a ladder or something. There's no room for stairs. Unless I put stairs here and we put the bedrooms upstairs, maybe? I don't know. Take it easy, Makatu. I'm sure you're probably gone by now, but appreciate you being here. So if this wasn't a bedroom, and instead was a stairwell, that does kind of work. Makes for a very low ceiling. This would be very narrow. Plus I gotta remember that all this is going to be closed in. Still, that could be a bedroom. I'm not sure what I could put here, but maybe some storage or something. That would give us a reason to have more windows up here. Yeah, I think I need to change the shape here. What if this just kind of came off at the same angle? Let's just go up here. So then it would go down. This might be too small. Might have to go over one more. Yeah. That feels a little bit more plausible. We'd have to figure out how to handle the other side, though. Oh, I guess we haven't really thought about that over here. Oh, yes, we have. Oh, no. Okay. So this would switch. Why is that lower? Because we started lower. I think that still works. This feels a little bit funny. We might want to do something here. That sort of works. That changed the inside very much? Nope, it's about the same. So the only issue here, I guess we would just switch this to go that way. Maybe even throw in another fence gate. And then change this. Or just go that. It's not as cool, but it's not awful. And then we just have to deal with that. Yash the Beast, hello, welcome back. Ethan Gamer, hello. How'd you find the stream? I think we like this. This feels kind of low. Those are stairs, though. Oh, that, I just realized this is going to make for a low ceiling there. Hold on. Surely I've got slabs bumming around somewhere. Let's just see if I've got slabs. I'm sure I do. We destroyed a village early on, unless I've burned them all. You like the profile of the roof? Thanks, Sandy. We're getting there. I don't want to make more slabs if I got them lying around somewhere. Trying to rip down the storage. If they were anywhere, that's probably where they would have been. Yeah, I like the lower roof on this side. However, it's only going to be a 2-block ceiling. It's a little claustrophobic. Thanks, SweetSandi. Appreciate the heads up. And let's just see what that feels like inside. If it's too low, I mean, it's not the end of the world. That's not my favorite. Could I go a half a slab higher? I mean, I could. But that is not going to be something that works out, I don't think. No. No sense in having a window by a stair. Maybe on the way up the stairs. Like here. That's going to look strange. I guess we do a half window. Or I could do like an upside down stair. We'd have to make it spruce. Make it look like a little portal window. It's gonna be distracting for now. Switch it back. Something's not right. Whoops. The stair. What? I guess this is meant to be like that. That looks right. Maybe we can get rid of some of these. Oh yeah, that's in the wrong spot. Okay, I see what I did wrong. Oh, that is what's going on. We're hitting our heads on the roof on the way up the stairs. Right. Could this start farther back? No. Yes, maybe. Really narrow. I mean, it works, but it's very tight. Whoops. Oh. A little trigger happy today. Keep on breaking all the wrong things. That feels kind of low too. Well, now one side doesn't necessarily feel a lot bigger than the other. It's unique, I'll give it that. Might as well put in a couple more of these. Yeah, I'm not sure about the stair. I mean, it's not like we're going to be spending a lot of time in here anyway. Thanks, Andy. Not bad. I don't know if I'm in love with the spruce. I feel like I might want to go with a lighter block. We might swap that out. I mean, I guess it's different when it's got the sun on it too. Anyway, not bad for first pass. I like to let these things settle a bit, so we'll take probably a stab at the inside and see if there's something we want to change, maybe bump the roof or something like that on the outside. And then before I do any finishing textures on it, I'll probably do some mapping on what I want to do for pathing around here. You can start to see where things are going to probably connect. I feel like walking around the house 360 is probably going to be good. Obviously, we're going to want to have some sort of path here. Go up to the door, that kind of stuff. Maybe have one come off this way. So we'll see. I like the idea of seeing some functionality in it, so we'll work on that. It feels big. I don't know why, because I know it's not. Walking around inside, it does not feel big at all. It does not feel big at all. All right. Oop, that's the wrong button. So we're going to pass you on to somebody else playing Minecraft. I'm just going to look around to see who's live. I want to say that Zumavoid is live. And Fwip is also live. Ghastly Business. Let's go Fwip. Fwip's always a good solid raid. I think you'll enjoy Fwip. He is working on some river landscaping and interior of a building in hardcore mode on Minecraft. So I'll be back tomorrow, Saturday, 1 o'clock Atlantic. That's UTC minus 4 hours. Follow me on social media, Joel Duggan, very easy to find. And of course, check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan. There are some new rewards coming for Patreon. So if you're in the Discord already, we're going to be talking about those. There's a post in Town Hall right now to get your feedback on Infinity Cove, which is my patron server. So if you want to play with some like-minded Minecraft friends, then check that out. More information is coming. And if you have any questions, just hit me up with a DM on Discord. I'll be happy to fill you in. Other than that, you can kind of tune into the streams. We'll be talking about it as things develop. You can, of course, listen to the Spawn Chunks podcast and the Citadel Cafe podcast. Both have new episodes out right now. And enjoy the rest of your Friday. Bye for now, folks.